This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Rachel Fyffe.
Well, welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Now, are you looking to retake control of your health with a personalized approach to help you feel your very best? Well, this resource may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Dr. Gary Arthur, with Health in Balance, Chiropractic and Natural Medicine. Dr. Gary, how is it going?
You know, it's going fantastic. I'm so energized and focused on making a difference. Every day is a good day to wake up and do what I can.
Wonderful. Well, we're excited to learn about your business. Tell us about your company and your practice.
Well, we started in 1987 here in Laguna Beach, downtown, just a half a block from the ocean. We overlook the beautiful Pacific Ocean, and we are a natural healthcare facility where we bring together lots of disciplines to help people, get what they're looking for with their health. And it's been a wonderful ride to try to take even really complex cases that commonly are thought of as surgical, or that the only approach would be for them to be on pharmaceutical medication for a lifetime, or things that are serious sometimes aren't that serious if you find the root cause of the problem, and then you put together healthy lifestyle modifications and the appropriate treatment. A lot of times the answers are right there, and I lived through a lot of challenges myself, and as a result of those challenges and setbacks, it's allowed me to be compassionate for my patients, but also I had to keep on learning and studying and seeking out individuals that could help me overcome a lot of my challenges.
Wow. How did you get into this business?
Well, I realized at a young age, I was severely injured in a trampoline accident when I was 8, and I had to spend 10 weeks in a body cast, and I couldn't even move it, bend at the waist. And then my dad, a minister, when he was 39, he passed away. And so I realized that living healthy and having a great quality of life isn't a foregone conclusion. And then when I was 21, I was in a horrible whiplash rear end car accident. And that really set me back. And then 6 months later, I got mercury poisoning from some bad dental work, and mercury and nickel poisoning. And within 6 weeks, I had gained 20 pounds. My skin turned gray. I had bags underneath my eyes. I was losing my hair, and I'm only 21 years old, and people were wondering what's going on. So it was a journey, and a nutritionist really helped me get my life back in order. And then a chiropractor really helped me and asked me some very poignant questions, like, what is it you want to see happen with your symptoms? I said, well, I want them to go away. And he goes, you want to see them go away for a day, a week, a month, a year, forever? What are we trying to do here? And my wife was the first one that jumped in and said, forever, please. We need to do this. And it was bothering her as well as me. So that started my journey. And I had to really get clear on the fact that nobody was going to do it for me. I had to determine that it was important. And I had to look at what's the cost of saying no. My problems are going to get worse. And so I just had to make the investment of my time, energy, and resources to turn things around. And it worked so well that I decided that that's what I wanted to do with my life. And so that was kind of how I got started in this whole thing. And I've had, multiple injuries and things like that to overcome, but I've been able to learn from some of the best doctors in the world, and then keep on learning. And it's been 38 years in practice. And my wife and I are both chiropractic kinesiologists, and we're both naturopaths. And we love what we do. It's great seeing people get well.
Wonderful. Well, what are maybe some myths or misconceptions in your industry, do you think?
Well, I think one of the biggest misconceptions really is that chiropractic doctors aren't real doctors. It was interesting as I learned the history of healthcare when the pharmaceutical companies were able to start extracting the active ingredients out of the herbs. Most doctors were naturopathic doctors by trade, and they would do herbal remedies. But things started to change, and the number one enemy of big pharma and the AMA were chiropractic doctors. And so they really started a smear campaign. In fact, in 1963, they created a committee called the Committee on Quackery, whose job was to sway public opinion and portray chiropractors as unscientific cultists. And they manipulated the media. They pressured hospitals to discourage collaboration between MDs and DCs. And in 1987, the Supreme Court found that the AMA was guilty of unlawful conspiracy to destroy the chiropractic and natural health medicines. But despite those efforts, chiropractic has continued to grow because it's safe, it's smart, it's effective, and the results speak for themselves. People want to do natural medicine now. They don't want to take drugs and do surgery unless they absolutely have to. And there's a time and a place for that. And emergency care is I go to a medical doctor. If I would need a surgical intervention, I go to a medical doctor. I have many friends that I refer to, orthopedists, neurologists, you name it, all the way across the spectrum. I refer, and I've gotten much respect. And I think the brainwashing that was taught in medical schools against doctors of chiropractic has really started to change. And so I think, the more that comes out, even John Hopkins Medical University said that the first leading cause of death is cancer, then heart disease, but the third is medical error and medical mismanagement, pharmaceuticals and surgeries gone wrong, and that's the third cause. So I think when you really look at what the chiropractic doctors education is, they actually have 4,800 hours of study versus 4,600 of medical doctors. It's just that chiropractors can be licensed to treat, and they don't usually have to do the residency program because we do our postgraduate studies on what we're really interested in. So those have been the misconceptions about it. We believe the body is designed to heal itself. Just like you cut yourself, a scab forms and it falls off. You think about the incredible nature that two cells come together and out 9 months later comes a masterpiece like you. And so the body knows how to heal itself, but it needs to be free of stress. And the stress can be structural, it can be chemical, it can be emotional, it can be electrical. So we try to find out where the stress is, what's keeping the body from healing, and then try to start removing the stress with different natural methods.
Wonderful. Well, now, we know marketing is really the heart of every business. So how are you attracting your patients?
Our business has been a referral-based business since we moved here in '87. And that's really been the key part of it. Now with social media that, has just been more recent, we do put out patient information, how to fix plantar fasciitis, how to deal with disc problems and herniations and immune systems and autoimmune problems and allergies and digestive complaints. So we put information out we have a podcast that my son and I do on Mondays in Laguna Beach at KXFM. And we do a lot of health workshops. We volunteer and bring healthcare to businesses across the Orange County. We are part of Doctors Health and Wellness. We donate 200 hours a year of treatment to businesses and companies and do health fairs and health talks. So that's the main way that we've done it. But referrals has always been the main thing. I think it's just really listening to what a person's dealing with, what do they really want to see happen, and help them become the hero of their own story by guiding them in directions that we know are going to work.
Okay. I was going to ask you if you've ever thought about doing your own podcast, but you answered that question there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, outside of work, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I have four kids, and they're all unique, wonderful people. I was in music growing up. My mom was a Christian soloist, and so I was singing on fold-up chairs from the time I was 2. So I still sing and write music, and did a lot of performing in the '90s. I thought I had a hit song, and it looked like I might be changing directions, but I came back to being a doctor. So I guess I have a little bit of the physician musician syndrome. But I still like to play volleyball and stand up paddle and surf and hike with my wife and be with my kids. And each one of my kids is a very, they've got their own specific life. And my son is a health coach and a trainer. My other daughter is a psychotherapist. My other one is in communications and a musician and works with Rivian. And my other daughter works with kids. So it's full and it's fun. And I love cooking with my wife. My wife is the one who, made me be a good student. We competed for grades. We went through chiropractic school together. So we do a lot together. And without her, I would have been challenged to get the grades I did.
Well, Dr. Gary, now please tell our listeners one thing they should remember about health imbalance.
I think when you look at your life, and I'll sometimes bring a little tiny genie lamp out and I say, well, if you could rub this genie lamp and the genie could give you the first wish about how you could improve your health, what would your wish be? And let's focus on, let's just say the person's fatigued or they have headaches or chronic low back pain or, whatever that may be. There's usually a reason why. There's usually a cause. It's a root cause, and the effect is the symptom that they've got. And I would just say, consider what your life would look like if you got this handled and you got past it. But also, what's the cost of saying no to doing what you need to do to fix it? I mean, where are things going to go 5 years, 10 years from now if this problem just keeps getting worse? Nobody gets out of the effect of gravity, right? It's on all of us. It's 15 pounds per square inch. And the science actually shows that if we fix our postural distortions and we return our ranges of motion, that not only does our longevity increase amazingly, but our quality of life and our activity level. I think it's really all about living a healthy, active, pain-free life where you can do the things you want to do and be with your kids and your grandkids and your spouse, get out and have more fun again and not sit there being a victim of your problem when there's actually hope. So I want to give people hope and show them a way, whether they work with us or not. We're really good at diagnosing the root cause, and then I can give people a template or a formula of what they need to do wherever they want to go. I can show you a formula of how I would approach your case and take it season by season, so it's not an overwhelming project, but it's something like a remodel of your bathroom or your kitchen or what have you. It's a construction project. It takes work. It takes discipline. It takes an investment if you want to have that bathroom remodeled, and then you get to move in and enjoy it.
Wonderful. Well, how can our listeners learn more about Health and Balance?
Well, they can go to healthandbalance.com, which is our website. And there's an aloha, a welcome. People can come by for a complimentary consultation if they like, or if they're more serious about finding out the root cause of what's going on with them. There's a new patient option that they can at least have someone really listen to what's going on and then do a deep dive into the diagnostics, whether I need to go more structurally, more emotionally, more chemically, or more electrically. We have ways to look at where that stress is and how are we going to get the fastest results, because I'm looking for a miracle case with every patient. I want to turn it around. I don't want this to take a long time or cost a lot. Let's get in and get the work done and get you back to being the best version of yourself.
Well, this is wonderful. Dr. Gary, I really appreciate you being on the show, and we wish you and your practice really all the best moving forward.
Thank you so much. Hope you come down, and I'd like to offer you an aloha visit. And we're just a half a block from the beach. You can see the ocean, and I'd love to get to know you better.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnporangecounty.com. That's gnporangecounty.com, or call 714-941-8862.